It even shows the Grim Reaper right there lording over small children and destroying them. The earth is reborn and a new age of goodness begins when the Grim Reaper kills the children in their beds. And there's even a big COVID type cold virus. It is a coronavirus right there at the center of it. Why do you think they flaunt such things like this?
After all, isn't there a little Ooter and all
and
of
again,
us?
if they can put child flavoring in Pepsi, if they can, it's like the golden child. They try to feed him the blood of a sacrificed child to corrupt him. They're showing you every child's the golden child, and they believe satanically if they can corrupt you, that somehow it gives them entry.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And this is something that's been widespread in Hollywood. I mean,
so let's go to the next clip. There's a longer one of this, but here they are in 1993 talking about a virus meant to bring in total tyranny.
I think we should go with a good old-fashioned public health scare.
A new disease. No one's immune. It's like the summer of the shark, except instead of a shark, it's an epidemic. And instead of summer, it's all the time.
That is smoke.
Now, I hate to be the guy who derails what everybody else loves.
He loves being that guy.
But, Janice, we do have standards. This can't be a made-up disease. The only moral thing to do is release a deadly virus into the general public.
We do have something we've been holding on to, but it hasn't been tested. Get over here, NBC.
Well, we certainly believe in testing, but
Wow. Wow. Oh, yeah.
So, we've got our deadly disease.
In 1994, The Simpsons aired a piece about spirit cooking, where you chop up little children, grind them into sausages, and eat them. Hitler had his blood taken and put in little sausages. He had the higher levels of the SS take like it was Christ's blood. And with this devil worshiper lady the New York Times has been promoting, attacking us for criticizing, you know, she bloodlets herself and people drink her blood. But she says it's not Satanism, David Knight.
Yeah, that's right. Nothing to see here. Just move on.
Before you take over, I wanted to just hit this because this has been really hot on the internet. We covered it back 8 years ago. Predictive programming, internet notes, eerie similarities between 2012 Olympic opening ceremony, we'll roll some B-roll of that, and coronavirus pandemic. This is mass pandemics, looks like the Spanish flu in 1918, a Grim Reaper over them. And then after, it even shows the Grim Reaper right there lording over small children and destroying them. The earth is reborn and a new age of goodness begins when the Grim Reaper kills the children in their beds. And there's even a big COVID type cold virus. It is a coronavirus right there at the center of it. Why do you think they flaunt such things like this?
Well, you see this type of stuff all the time in terms of symbolism that they have at the CERN, you know, center when they had their bizarre opening ceremony that they had there. But this is very specific, isn't it? I hadn't seen this yet. This is pretty amazing. Grim Reaper and the COVID-19.
And a symphony of death killing the children.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you know, that's kind of interesting because, you know, Michael Moore has come out with his new documentary called Planet of the Humans. And he says, you know, we were lied to about all this renewable energy and everything. It's bunk. And these people are just doing this to make money. Imagine that. He kind of figured that out finally. But his end solution is, of course, the same thing. Kill all the kids. Don't have any more children, right? We got to reduce the population.
And look at this. This is 8 years ago.
Yeah.
Drones with witches flying around on brooms, killing children and sucking them into a black hole. Keep going.
Well, you know, it's always the same solution, isn't it? It doesn't matter whether it's a coronavirus or whether it is the, wow. It's just amazing. It doesn't matter if it's the coronavirus.
It's always child sacrifice. Look, the Grim Reaper is drawing the child up.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you know, 50 years ago, the first Earth Day, they were talking about we're going to have global cooling. It was going to be a new ice age, so we had to kill all the kids. And it was immediately as global warming. They did a complete 180, but the solution remained the same. No matter what it is, it's always
save the surprise. And see, that's what this all is world. And the Pope says we deserve to die. It's for the earth. They're openly giving us their one world religion, their carbon tax, shutting our economy off. And when we submit, we believe we're saving our economy. We're destroying our economy, David.
Yeah, you know, he said we've sinned against the earth, and there were a lot of Orthodox Catholics that pointed out back in the fall when they
Earth worship.
Earth worship. They even brought in this Pachamama, I think, from the Amazon. They had a bunch of Orthodox Catholics, threw it in the river there. But now he's saying we've offended the earth. And this is basically what we've seen from Aaron Darnofsky and Jennifer Lawrence, when they did Mother, ! But, Alex, when he's talking about this and talking about carbon taxes, of course, he's also coming from the liberation theology, the Marxist.
Communism.
Yeah,
well,
exactly. And
Lord
he's
Monson broke it down that if they had the 50% carbon cuts by 2025, it'd be 1 billion dead. Well, the UN admits, instead of 10 million dying this year, it'll be 30 million. The UN says with the lockdown. So that's 20 extra million dead, but who cares?
That's
it's
right.
for the earth anyways, David, right?
That's right. Yeah, absolutely. They're going to do that by shutting down the food supply and also shutting down energy. You got AOC celebrating the fact that you had negative prices on some futures contracts on oil. She loves to see
a shutdown is good of the earth.
Yeah.
Even though Venezuela is causing mass death of their own people. Since we mentioned it, here's more predictive programming. Again, right here you have the Grim Reaper overlooking children with little Grim Reapers grabbing them and killing them and giving them to him. And this being worshipped at the London Games 8 years ago at the Olympics. Here is 1994. So I guess that's 26 years ago. I wasn't even, I was just about to get on air then. Here they are, ladies and gentlemen, showing you what spirit cooking is.
And Tinder. You just cut in line, didn't you? Reported attention, Ooter.
For how long?
Oh, about 7 minutes a pound should do it.
Okay, I got your German grub right here.
Bart, does it strike you as odd that Uter disappeared and suddenly they're serving us this mysterious food called Uterbraten?
Oh, relax, kids. I've got a gut feeling Ooter's around here somewhere. After all, isn't there a little Ooter in all
And
of
again,
us?
if they can put child flavoring in Pepsi, if they can, it's like the golden child, they try to feed him the blood of a sacrificed child to corrupt him. They're showing you every child's the golden child, and they believe satanically if they can corrupt you, that somehow it gives them entry.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And this is something that's been widespread in Hollywood. I mean,
So let's go to the next clip. There's a longer one of this, but here they are in 1993 talking about a virus meant to bring in total tyranny.
I'd like to call to order this secret conclave of America's media empires. We're here to come up with the next phony baloney crisis to put Americans back where they belong, in dark rooms glued to their televisions, too terrified to skip the commercials.
Well, I think...
NBC, you are here to listen and not speak. I think we should go with a good old-fashioned public health scare.
A new disease. No one's immune. It's like the summer of the shark, except instead of a shark, it's an epidemic. And instead of summer, it's all the time.
That is smoking.
Now, I hate to be the guy who derails what everybody else
He
loves.
loves being that guy.
But, Janice, we do have standards. This can't be a made-up disease. The only moral thing to do is release a deadly virus into the general public.
We do have something we've been holding on to, but it hasn't been tested. Get over here, NBC.
Well, we certainly believe in testing, but Wow. Oh, yeah.
So, we've got our deadly disease. Now, we just have to blame it on something that's in every household, something that people are a little bit afraid of already. House cat flu is coming, people. The Center for Disease Disinformation predicts with some degree of probability that the house cat flu might spread in the following hypothetical outbreak pattern.
And they're sitting around going, we're going to use the release of a virus, but a real one to kill a certain amount of people to cause a giant panic and the shutdown of civilization to have full control and force inoculation. And they're just throwing it in their face.
Yeah. Well, they've gotten what they wanted. I mean, as they look at this, I look at 50 years of what's gone on with climate change. In about 50 days, they've been able to do this globally. They've been able to implement the Green New Deal. We could call it, I guess, the CDC New Deal or the NIH New Deal or the COVID New Deal. But they've been able to get everything that they want, Alex, and it just continues to go. And what they want is they want us to have a society that's based on austerity. They take down our standard of living. They want to eliminate
and surveillance.
families.
This is their whole...
Oh, yeah.
I know a clip we can have. It's the John Roberts we played 5 times today. We're going to come out of break when you take over. We're going to play that John Roberts clip because everybody ignores the fact that the health department's saying this. This is a real video, that it's less than 1%. It's a fraction that are dying. Everybody's like, is this real? Because it's John Roberts, the authority figure, going, this is a bunch of crap, a hoax. My God, take your mask off. Well, he doesn't know the camera's on. So everybody's freaked out about that clip instead of it's the health department admitting it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
All right. David Knight's about to take over for 30 minutes. We appreciate everybody. And then the war room's coming up. All right. David Knight takes over. Please don't forget the only way we're here on air is your word of mouth. I want to reach people and warn them about the hoax, about the tyranny, about the evil. So tell folks about Band.video. Tell folks about all the great shows like David Knight and, of course, The War Room with Owen Schroyer and myself. And send out those videos because if you don't do it, nobody will. And remember, we've got great products as well. Yeah, the virus is overblown in a hoax, but the martial law and depression's real. So get your storable food now back in stock, ready to ship to you at InfoWarsStore.com while you still can. They've been sold out of the Alexa Pure Breezes for about 2 months because everybody knows they're so powerful. It's a 4-stage ion filter. You can get other brands for $600, $700. You find a lot of their good brands for $400. This is the least expensive brand you're going to find out there. When they first came out 5-6 years ago, they were $350 a piece, discounted $250. Now they're discounted right now down to $200, 30% off. So you want to take advantage of this. We've just received a limited emergency supply of the Alexa Pure Breeze air filters. Get yours today. Get 30% off at InfoWarsStore.com. 4-stage ion filter has the first level filter. You just take and wash off, put back in every few weeks or every few months, whenever you think it's best. It's the last chance to get your Alexa Pure Breeze air filtration system before we completely sell out. Breeze uses a 4-stage purification process that eliminates up to 99.97% of airborne contaminants like mold, allergens, bacteria, and even cold and flu viruses. Units like this can cost as much as $800, but we're bringing it to you for $195. Alexa Pure Breeze is a necessity for any clean home. Get yours today at InfoWarsStore.com and save 30% while supplies last. That's InfoWarsStore.com. And with all the particulates and all the crap, forget this virus. Yeah, it's serious. It's just good to do this, period. And I've got them all over the office, all over the place, and at my house. 2 of them will do a small house. 1 of them will do a cabin. This office has probably got 15 of them in it. I mean, this room's got 1. All the major rooms have 1. And we just got to remember every month to clean the first level filter off because you look at it and you're like, wow. Also have the ducts cleaned out every year. It's an important thing to do. And I would get storable food, which we're able to let you order again after the 2-week pause. Not for the virus, but for the craziness of what's happening in the world today. You see how dependent we are on every day going to the store. So get prepared. Prepping is now super fashionable. Well, you've got the best prepping supplies at InfoWarsStore.com. We just got it back in stock, ladies and gentlemen. Winter Sun is vitamin D3 of the highest organic quality with vitamin K that helps absorb it for the body and your immunity as well. It's so good. Vitamin D3 and vitamin K, Winter Sun Plus, back in stock, 50% off, ladies and gentlemen, even though it's been sold out for almost 4 months. We will undoubtedly sell out of it. X2 is sold out. X3 is deep earth crystal iodine and 2 other types. It's a different formula. It's just as good as X2. It's probably an improvement. It's what I personally take. People still love X2 more than it because it's the original and people got great results with it. X3 still in stock. It will sell out within a week or so, but despite that, I've cut the price to 60% off during this crisis. And you'll see for months, there will be no X3. X2 should be back in a month or so, but you need to get this now. Try the formula, 60% off. Bazo Beach creates a whole lot of key compounds in the body with the beet concentrates that are in it, like nitrous oxide. Everybody knows about beets. It's a very strong beet concentrate. It's 50% off. InfoWarsStore.com. DNA Force Plus with PQQ and CoQ10. So good for your mitochondria, the engine of your cells. I take this all the time regardless. It's 50% off because during this crisis, our prices are going down even though we're selling out. InfoWarsStore.com or 888-253-3139. And we also have 30% off on the Alexa Pure Breezes that just got back in with a 4-stage ion filter that kills 99%. I've got the printout here of everything. It's great to have in your home. First line of defense for the air, for allergens, you name it. It is back in stock right now.